Welcome to the Commercial Brokers International YouTube channel. My name is Joe Killinger. I'm one of the partners at Commercial Brokers International. And today I want to introduce you to our affiliate network. We've put together a list of top-notch commercial real estate brokerages around the country that are all independent, full-service brokerages. And so I'm going to bring them on this channel one at a time and have them talk to you about what's going on in their marketplace and then a little bit about their company. So you know that you've got somebody that's a great broker in that community that you can reach out to. So make sure you check out the video, give us a like while you're there, and also subscribe. Brian, thank you for coming on today. I think it's critical for us in the affiliate network for everybody to kind of get to know all of our affiliate members. And, you've got Florida covered. So I thought, let's get you on today and talk about your market and, see what's going on up there and or down there and give us your updates. But let's start, I think, first with, why don't you tell us a little bit about your company?
Okay, great. Thanks for having me today to do this. A brief summary of the name of our office is Cohen Commercial Realty. We have a full service commercial real estate firm that we do consulting, brokerage in a number of different categories. And we also have a full service property management firm as well.
Okay. How many agents do you guys? You guys have Florida pretty well covered, right?
Correct. In our office, right now we have about 30 full-time professionals. Our sales team consists of 11 agents. We have some future hires already, completed, and they'll be starting in the next, depending 4 to 6 months, lined up for another 2. Okay. And the rest is staff. All right. And administrative help, property management, accounting, marketing.
What do you count as your market, your hotspot?
I mean, our office is, we are based out of Palm Beach County, and, our immediate backyard is from about Vero Beach down to South Dade. Okay. But we also cover a number of projects and other properties, and, depending on the, the requirement, we cover things throughout the state. If we're not able to handle it, obviously we wouldn't. Yeah.
Well, I know that our CEO sent you guys a deal in northern Florida, and you guys were able to cover that. I don't know if it ever came together or not, but I know you guys put somebody that was George was really impressed with them. So we know that you have that ability as well.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, basically the work goes mostly all the way up the East Coast towards Jacksonville, on the West Coast. Okay. All the way up as well from, we understand the markets from Marco Island all the way up north.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hear about the updates. What do you got going? Let's start with some multifamily updates. What do you got going in your market? Still going, I'm sure, on fire.
Yeah, multifamily has been, it's as I'm sure it's where you are and everywhere. Yeah. It's just, it's a very tight market. The cap rates are extremely low, and the product is very hard to find.
Yeah. Right. Your multifamily guys just sitting on the call. Multifamily people are just sitting on the phones all day.
Yeah, I mean, what we are more like on the multifamily side right now, we do a lot of land work and site selection work. So we actually work with a lot of developers that are on the land side, and so that's a process we can actually. It just takes longer. It's tighter deals, and we have some good qualified groups, so we're able to get through those types of transactions, as opposed to just trying to find the investment sales at the extremely low cap rates right now. So we're doing the land deals they're obviously a lot longer process. Yeah. They're more complex, but that's we've always been set up to do a lot of land in different classes.
Okay. Are they developing on them or land banking them right now?
No, they would be developing. Okay. Subject, they're willing to we just need the approvals. Right. In order to close, they're willing to pay. They obviously would have the opportunity to land bank if the price made sense. But in today's market, everybody wants, the premium at a quick close. And our clients just need they have the ability to close, and they just need the proper time. They're willing to pay the price, but we need the time for this. So
Are you
that's
seeing more inventory starting to come on the market, or is it staying pretty tight there in the multifamily area?
I mean, I think that I think there's always opportunities, even, like obviously the market's extremely tight right now. Previous to COVID, when market may have been different, there's never an easy deal. I think the land side, it's just tighter all around because a lot more groups are, a lot of people are coming here from the Northeast, some from out where you are. Not as many are familiar with the market. So sometimes if you have an active developer, say in the multifamily side, if we're competing against somebody that's from out of the area, the problem is, are they really going to close the deal? And you may be getting priced out based on somebody that's not even really going to come to the closing table.
Yeah.
So that's some of what we've seen.
Okay. Well, let's touch on industrial. What do we got going on in industrial in your market?
I mean, industrial is it's one of the hottest, classes right now. The price per square foots it's incredible what we've been seeing. I mean, you used to be able to, find deals at, $50, $60, $70 a foot in our markets for industrial space. Now it's north of 200.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a lot of development coming on the docket?
There's not as much land available in our area. So the prices have been driving up, and it's tough because, I mean, the rents are not always in line. It's if to pay $250 a foot, if the rent is only $10 net, it's not easy to make those deals work.
Right.
But for owner users, based on financing, there's opportunity. It's just, it's a tight market.
Yeah. And do you see it's going to stay tight for a while, I'm sure, right?
I think so. And I mean, our land costs have, I think on the overall, based on Florida and, a lot of the, like the demographics, if you compare to other places in the country or, other countries, it's a very good place to be. And on top of it being, in the United States, we have a great tax situation that is an advantage to be here. So I think in the last couple of years, it's become noticeable to a lot of other markets and people coming here. The cost of construction has been a big factor. So our land costs have gone up drastically to start to, plane out to where maybe they should have been. I still think there's a lot of left, but the cost of construction is it's hard to make numbers work from ground up right now.
Yeah, I can imagine. What are you seeing? Let's touch on retail. What do you got going on in retail?
I mean, retail, like, I mean, and I want to clarify, when we say retail, a lot of retail I define, and people may talk about retail, I classify service, retail, grocery, all in that same category. So we handle, we're obviously involved with a lot of that type of product. It's very strong. The vacancy, there's spaces that the occupancy is extremely high in our areas. The spaces that you've seen available for a very long time, people are leasing up. The rates are, have been going up, and the cap rates have been very low. So finding product on the investment side has been tough. The restaurant space, if you're a strong restaurant looking for opportunity, it's not easy to find space in South Florida. It's very, very tight.
Yeah. What about, I can imagine, I don't see it. It's with your population moving in there, I think that's going to continue, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think, there's always opportunities, but I think that there's a lot of groups from coming out of the area, that are coming down here. They have experience, and, finding the best locations. It's still just tight, and the rental rates have gone up. The construction costs are higher. So to build out the spaces, if landlords are going to contribute, they need to give more money and get more money on their rent. So the sales have to be strong, and there's a lot of people that have been coming down here. So I think on the overall, a lot of the retailers and restaurants, their numbers are much stronger than previous to COVID now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. With that population moving in, I think it's going to keep going. But let's touch on office. What do you think what's going on in your office market?
I think the office is, from what I hear about other markets, I think we're still doing well, but I think out of all the categories, that's one that is probably not as active. I think that if you have a good tenant rep opportunity, it's nice to be able to represent a tenant in that market going out to landlord space. There's still a lot of big companies, a lot of the financial institutions. People have been coming down here, Goldman Sachs, opening offices down here. But on the overall, I think there's some concern on the, some of the future of office space.
Has there been a lot of concessions that have been given up in office space?
I think for the strongest properties and the best space, there's some concessions, but it's still fairly strong. On the smaller markets, I think it's tougher, and I'm not even sure if the concessions are always helping to get the activity.
Yeah, right. And here in LA, we're starting to see broker bonuses. So you guys probably aren't seeing that yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Well, as far as the population growth, the numbers have been astronomical there in Florida. How long do you see this, or what are they saying as far as continuing? Do you see it as another year, 2 years, 3 years? What do you think?
I don't. That's the
tough
great
one,
question.
isn't it? Yeah.
I was with last night. I actually had dinner with a friend of mine who's a president of a large insurance company and somebody who runs a hedge fund, not involved in real estate. So it was interesting to get the person from the hedge fund, their opinion on things, because they actually moved from the Northeast. They were, up there for a very long time, and they moved down because of COVID, realizing they could work. So we were more focused on interest rates and where things were going to go based on the population and where it's coming. I think that, interest rates going up is going to slow some of this stuff down.
Sure.
Ultimately.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, it's still a great place to be. I mean, you guys have got so much going on there. Now that Brady, is Brady going to stick around?
I'm sorry?
Is Brady going to stick around Tampa?
Who knows? I think, though, on the overall, if you really look and compare to other markets, even though the prices have increased, if you looked at history of some sales, a lot of the real estate is still the land on the overall is still undervalued due to the demographics on the water, cost of living, and the tax basis here. Yeah, that's just my opinion.
Well, I think you're in a pretty hot market, and it's probably going to continue for the next few years at least. So hopefully you're able to capitalize on it. But well, Bryan, thank you for coming on today. I just thought, we're trying to get everybody to know our affiliate members. This is one way to where, people, it kind of lowers that barrier. They're not going to be so hesitant to reach out to you now. And so we're going to put your contact information down below. So anybody that's looking for property in Florida can reach out to you directly. And, hopefully you can help them out. So, but Bryan, thank you for coming on today.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for, having us involved with everything you guys are doing. You're doing a tremendous job. Really appreciate it. All right. Have a